Hi friends, welcome back to day 3 of Curriculum Week. My name is Lauren and welcome to Spoonful. I homeschool one kiddo and this is his 3rd grade year, and we're going to jump right into some of the extra classes outside of his core. If you're interested, I'll leave a link up for his morning basket and his core lessons. Now on to the extras. My son's co-op teacher has chose BJU Book 4 for science. It is a very nice setup for a science book. I'm pretty happy with the layout. It's colorful. It has different activities in it, and it also has science experiments. One thing that I truly like is it has a STEM activity every unit, and it also has jobs in it. I think that's very unique to give children a peek into the fact that if you like this, you can have a career in it. I don't think children need to focus on careers at this young age, but I think it's awesome to see that it is something that we don't have to worry about making sure he picks something right now, but does he understand that the different careers that make up a society? So it's a very fun book. It goes over all parts, all 3 areas of science, and then it dives deeper into motion, the human body systems that he has not experienced before. So I'm pretty happy with that. This is the activity book that we were responsible for picking up, and here has the experiments. This section also has a ton of Q&A questions per chapter. So I'm not quite sure how the teachers want to use that section. We do not do a lot of focus on writing. We do notebooking and experiments and activities, and not as much as question and answering. So if the teacher is going to leave this portion for the home part, we're probably going to use that minimally and just stick to the activities and experiments that are in this book, and pretty much notebook our way through science. If she does require some of the question and answering, we will do our best, but I do not put a focus on that at this young age. I want him to be able to write a beautiful sentence that makes sense and not just throw words on a page just because it is required of him. But yes, that's a science. Another way that we're going to make science come to life is my favorite part, is all of these books. So some of the topics, I went ahead and pulled out what I have from the shelf just to show you what we have that will be brought out throughout the school year. These books are not required by BJU whatsoever, but it is what we use in our home so that my son could comprehend the topics at hand. It gives him a fun way to listen to the material without being so long and drawn out textbook style. And then we have the First Encyclopedia of Science. I love this book. I pull it out anytime I see something that is a little more interesting. It's a lot more colorful than you'll typically see. The information is in bite sizes that children could understand a little easier than reading it in depth through a textbook. So we kept getting this book from the library, so I was pretty happy to grab that this spring. All right, so that is science. Let's move on to social studies. Social studies is a subject that I'll be working with a friend throughout the school year with. Her son and my son are in the same grade level and they love playing together. So we're going to use some of that playtime to our advantage. We will be discussing early American history and then rotating our way into the 50 states. We'll be using My Father's World book. I'll put a picture up here so you can see what it is. My Father's World does an excellent job of introducing the early American history, but we're going to add a little bit more to kind of spruce it up. One of the required books is the Pioneers and Patriots book. This book is wonderful. I have gotten caught up in reading through this already, and we haven't even started the school year. This gives a child's perspective to the different groups of people that have come over to America and how they come over. And so there are, I think, 10 or 12 chapters in here. One of the things I really love about the chapters is at the end it has this beige page. And this beige page shows how did that group of people do something. In this case, build houses. There's another one on how they build canoes, how they made butter, how they made their fireplace. And then the green page, the green and white page that's attached to it, has the question and answering for the child so they can understand what they just read or was read to. But then it also has the to-do section, and that's the part where studying with his friend is going to come into hand. So at the end of each chapter, we're going to look at some of the activities to do, and we're going to get the kids to jump right in and do it. We are definitely going to be down with the soap making, the butter making. We're going to give them some challenges of how to make boats. But I am super excited about incorporating this into his learning. We're also going to be adding in Our America. This is from Rebecca grade 2. This book, I believe, is an older edition. This is only the 3rd edition. But from edition to edition, we didn't see many drastic changes, so we will flow with it. I like the layout of this book. It has things like songs. It has other stories in it. It has some really decent maps. Okay. It also picks up a little gap of the American Pioneers and Patriot book by bringing in some of the presidents that are not mentioned here. I believe this book goes a little further than 1850. 1850 is going to be like our natural stopping point for this 3rd grade year. This will definitely be more than 1 year of learning because history kept going after 1850. So we are just concentrating on about 1400 through 1850 as broad topic as we can, guys. These boys are only going to be 8 years old, so the learning here needs to be interactive and as in depth as their brain could take it, and no more. All right, so I picked this up from the conference for free, and I'm so glad we did. I got the Native American one and the Colonial American. The Native American one that we are working through this summer, giving him a good introduction to the country before we jump into Pioneers and Patriots. But this book gives the hands-on activities. Like I said, with science, we're a notebooking family, so we like to add in different activities. So it shows you things like the daily life. Some of these will be paper version, and then some of these activities we'll do in real life. Instead of making pictures, or I'm sorry, drawing pictures of bread making, we're gonna actually make bread. Instead of talking about apple pie and coloring it, like this book suggests, we're gonna actually make an apple pie. There's some activities here that can be done by paper, or you can actually get some wood out and make your own Jacob's ladder. So I am definitely going to use the My Father's World schedule to give us the flow, but I'm going to add to it. Just like any other subject that's in our home, we are going to add some fun books to the lesson. Let's get that stacked together here. So some of these books are required by My Father's World, and some of these are what I have in my collection because we just truly like to read and read together, cuddled up on the couch, and sometimes spread on the floor, bringing in some fun stories and also getting a little in depth of the why. This book I grabbed for free at the homeschool conference, Heroines of the American Revolution. We'll cover that too. Then I have these 3 books that I grabbed years ago. This is called a one-room school, which is also covered in this curriculum about having a one-room school. But it has beautiful pictures in here of real life situations. Obviously, these are reenactments. And let's see. This page is wonderful. It even shows how children were punished back in the day in school. So we have this book. I have Pioneer Life, A to Z. It is in alphabetical order, and it gives you some fun pictures, such as D is for dancing and E is for ear trumpet. So these will be kind of fun for him to learn, like rag rugs, and then actually we'll try to make a rag rug. And then I have another one of colonial times I picked up free at the conference, and it has some information in here that a lot of books skip over, like what do you do when you feel sick at that time. And this one, which a lot of people in the prepper community are talking about, you have season of plenty and then a season of want. And I think it's very interesting to go over that, because a lot of people now in 2025 are suffering, and so that season of want is creeping upon many of us, right? So this next stack of books, a couple of them are missing, and that's because I'm waiting for them to come in the mail. But these are going to be books that my son is going to read aloud to us, and we will help him along the way when he gets stuck. We're trying to get him to bridge that gap between picture books and to story books. So these books are perfect for that concept. Also, once again, some of these books are suggested by My Father's World, and other ones is ones that I pick up because I know my son would totally like it. A couple of these are going to be considered read aloud, like this Squanto book. We will read aloud to him. I don't expect for him to read this one to us just yet. But you fast forward another year or two, and it will be part of his reading. So, there's two more subjects that I will cover with my son when social studies and science are done. We'll talk later on about the schedule throughout the week, but another two subjects that we will do will be Japanese. There is a katakana book in the same format from the same author. We'll grab that as he is almost done with the hiragana book. I have another workbook that he uses to practice vocabulary words and more writing. Japanese will be accompanied this year, hopefully, by an online tutor, and he will try to take that class once a week, and then I will review any material with him, and we'll hopefully keep that format going till he outlearns what I already know in Japanese, and then we'll get him in front of another tutor. So hopefully one of my great friends will be a tutor. But yeah, so Japanese will be one of his lessons. Another lesson throughout the week that he'll have is artistic pursuits. And this book came highly recommended by a friend who has another child that loves to draw, and it does quite well with it. I need help in drawing and teaching drawing because I am not artistic whatsoever. So I chose this book because it has CDs to it. So my son has taken an art class at his co-op for the past 2 years, and he is signed up for this next year to have an art class. But for his desires, that class is not enough. He wants more. And so I wanted him to have a better understanding of art, where it comes from, what is it supposed to mean to you, to the person that sees it, different mediums, famous people, you name it. And so I want him to understand that his art comes from his heart, and to be proud of it. So this book does a wonderful job. I believe that being able to see some famous artists some of their paintings. I'll pull up some of their pictures so he can see the artist's face, because I believe there's no actual faces of the artists in here, just one of famous pictures that they have created, and then they start to mimic the style. And so they have some to-do steps here at the bottom in the page. And yeah, so it's a wonderful book. I really have enjoyed flipping through this, trying to decide between this and 2 other popular art curriculums. And I feel like this one will be fine for this year, as he is also in another class that he's learning art from. So that is his rest of the day. Will be science and social studies and art and Japanese. And if he keeps up with the flow that he has had throughout this last school year, 1 o'clock, he is wrapping up his day and he is running outside to play or running to his playroom to play. So we'll talk later about the rotation of what goes when and how I plan that out. But that's it. That is his 3rd grade year. So are you guys doing science and social studies? Are you doing art, throwing in foreign language, or anything else your kid loves to do? I would love to see it below. Drop the comment, hit the like and subscribe. And thanks for joining us on this quick curriculum week. And I hope you guys are getting prepared for the next school year. Talk to you later. Bye. Just because you're in another room doesn't mean you're quiet.
Oh, sorry. Disappearing.
I'm like, what in the world? I'm like, what in the world? Yes.
You like it?
I do.
It's a seat. What's that?
This is your science book.
You know it's still recording.
I know, because y'all keep interrupting.
Sorry. I'm just looking.
You know, look, this is an activity here on the 5 food groups.